Good Tuesday morning. It is 9:10 and it's Morning Talk. How's it going, Mary?
Well, good. And you sound way better today.
Oh, a whole lot better.
Oh, good. Well, that's great. Glad to hear you're on the mend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sounded terrible yesterday.
I kind of felt bad.
Well, you didn't sound terrible. You sounded like you didn't feel great. That's what I meant to say. We got through it just fine, but you could certainly tell that you weren't feeling top shelf.
I was doing my best.
Way better today, that's for sure. Good news. Well, I got to tell you, I picked the right day to move in from the cabin.
Oh, yeah.
Because then a rainy, cool night and kind of a gloomy morning.
It would have been a miserable night.
Well, it would have been cold, like I say, any night's a good night at the cabin. But, it didn't make me feel quite so bad. Like, John makes fun of me because I always say, well, if it had been sunny and 65, I would have just had to turn around and drive back to the cabin.
But it
and
wasn't.
he said, you're such a nut. And I am, so. But, so instead, I hopped in the hot tub. And that felt pretty good, too.
Well, I'm guessing that felt really good.
Yeah. So anyway, kind of a gloomy day in store for us, although I think the rain is supposed to taper off later in the day. Is it not?
Let's check the forecast. Yeah, later on this afternoon. Mainly before 8.
Oh, well, that's pretty much all day then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So grab a raincoat. At least it's not 100-mile-an-hour wind, so your umbrella, if you have one, won't get turned inside out like it would the last few days.
At least you're not in Jamaica taking on a Category 5
hurricane. Oh, my goodness.
Hurricane.
Well, and it hasn't really even hit. And they've already lost 3 lives in the preparation.
Up to 7 now.
Oh, it is. Oh, gosh. So how are they losing lives before the storm hits? They talked about it in the preparation, so I don't know if
I was looking at the map here. It looks like it's starting to hit Jamaica. The eye wall hasn't quite hit, but, I mean, the storm itself has hit Jamaica. And I feel bad because it looks like the eye wall is going right for one of my favorite places in Jamaica, and that is in Negril. And it's going to...
They're going to get hit.
They're going to get hit
175-mile-an-hour winds and more. And, of course, then storm surge, too. So... but, they closed the airport yesterday, and there were a lot of people whose flights hadn't yet left, and they just said, nope, you're not going anywhere. How would you like to have been vacationing in Kingston, and all of a sudden they say, nope, airport's closed, you gotta stay. And the one woman, I saw a TV interview of this woman, and she said, well, I tried to get on a flight, but everything was full, and my flight wasn't till later in the day, so I had to hunker down, had to stay. And the room that she's in looks like a very nice hotel room, but it was 2 walls of windows behind her, and I thought, I don't know if that's where you want to hunker down there, sister, but...
Well, it could be worse. I mentioned Negril. That's about 2.5 hours away from Montego Bay, where that's the nearest airport. So, I mean, imagine, take a transport to Montego Bay and not being able to get out.
Right. Well, anyway, we should all be saying our prayers for Jamaica and then probably Cuba, too.
And Cuba.
Yeah, and they said, somebody referred to it this morning. I heard Al Roker in his weather forecast say that there are runners in the New York City Marathon that will run faster than this storm is moving.
Yeah, it's slow moving.
So, and so while you think that it just hovers over you, he said that there are places that might get 40 inches of rain.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is going to be a bad one. They talked about some of the hurricanes that we can remember. They were saying it probably won't hold a candle. This will just kind of surpass all of those.
Well, I mean, I think about what inland Jamaica looks like. I mean, you think the big cities and stuff, I think they'll be okay. But, I mean, a lot of those little towns, they're just shacks. Literally just shacks.
Right, and many of those are close to the water, right? I've never been, so I can't say what it looks like.
So, I mean, it's going to be bad.
Well, boy, it's tough to watch, but... And the eye of that storm, oh my goodness, when these storm chasers were heard saying they've never seen the eye of the storm look like this before. So anyway, it looks like it's going to be ugly, and I think they're anticipating landfall in the next few hours. So I'm sure everybody will be watching that. The other thing that people are watching is, well, there's more on that hurricane. Jamaica has 2.8 million residents. That's a small little chunk of land. That's a lot of people.
Hey, I think it's a little bit bigger than people think it is.
Oh, it looks small I guess, when you see it on a map, it's in comparison to the United States, I mean, so
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, from Montego Bay to Negril, that
It's a ways.
about 2 hours. So
2.8 million residents to seek shelter now. Category 5
Yep.
hurricane approached the island. The storm was about 140 miles southwest of Kingston and moving northeasterly. Sustained winds of, as I mentioned, 175 miles an hour and moving west at only 3 miles an hour. The hurricane is expected to reach southeastern Cuba by this evening, Tuesday night, our time, and the Bahamas on Wednesday. President Trump said he received an MRI during his latest medical exam at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. And, of course, he described the results as perfect.
of course.
He's perfect. The president told reporters Monday aboard Air Force One that the scan was part of the October checkup conducted 6 months after his April physical. When asked why the MRI was performed, Mr. Trump said reporters should ask his doctors.
Because he's perfect.
He's perfect. So I'd have to have a darn good reason to have an MRI.
I mean, no offense, Mr. Trump, but looking at that body, that's not perfect.
Oh, boy. And I read this morning. This is on Fox News Digital. But there is kind of a shakeup within the ICE leadership. So we know Tom Homan. He's the guy who said, hey, we got to get the illegals who are criminals and, the bad actors, we got to get them out.
Yep.
Well, a mass shakeup of U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement, or ICE, leadership is underway and growing friction inside the Department of Homeland Security over deportation tactics and priorities, according to senior DHS officials. The overhaul affects ICE field offices in at least 8 cities and will replace many senior leaders with Border Patrol officials, marking an unprecedented power shift inside the DHS and exposing some sharp division over how far to go in ramping up deportations. The changes are being driven by competing camps within the Department of Homeland Security. So this is not a great sign. On one side, border czar Tom Homan, who I like that guy. He's no nonsense. He knows where the criminals are. He's getting the criminals out. That's his deal.
Yep.
And he and Director Todd Lyons, who have advocated focusing on criminal aliens and those with final deportation orders. On the other side are DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, Senior Advisor Corey Lewandowski, and Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino, who have pushed for a broader and more aggressive approach targeting anyone in the U.S. illegally to boost their deportation numbers. Now, I don't know about you, but I say get the bad guys first.
Get the bad guys first.
And I don't know that we're looking for numbers here. I suppose it looks good on their end if the number of deportations keeps climbing and climbing. But I think we have to have just a little bit of common sense here.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of the bad guys for sure. And if you are here illegally, we need to make sure that, somebody talks to you and says, okay, here's how you can go home. We'll help you get there. We'll help you get back if you do it legally.
Yep.
But this just crashing into, it's already causing so much trouble across the country. And not that I'm against getting the criminal illegals out of the country, because I am. I don't know. Is it all about numbers or is it about United States safety?
U.S. safety.
What do you think? Let's see. What else we have for you? A Minnesota man has been arrested and charged with threatening Attorney General Pam Bondi in a TikTok post that appeared to offer a $45,000 bounty.
Whoa.
Agents traced the account to a 30-year-old guy. His name is Tyler Maxon Avalos. He lives in St. Paul. Court records show that he has prior convictions for stalking and domestic assault. He appeared before a federal magistrate in Minneapolis and was released,
of course,
on bond. So here's a guy that has a TikTok post out there suggesting that he will pay someone $45,000 to kill Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Yep.
And he is out walking the streets of St. Paul.
That's Minneapolis for you.
Wow. Way to go, Minnesota.
Yep.
My goodness. A 16-year-old student at Kenwood High School in Baltimore was handcuffed at gunpoint last Monday after an AI detection system mistakenly identified his crumpled Doritos bag as a weapon. So, is AI always right on the money?
Nope.
Not always. Taki Allen said he finished eating chips and put the empty bag in his pocket before 8 police cars surrounded him about 20 minutes later. They made me get on my knees, put my hand behind my back, they cuffed me, then they searched me and figured out I had nothing. Police showed him the triggering image afterward. I was just holding a Doritos bag. It was 2 hands and 1 finger out, and they said it looked like a gun. Allen recalled thinking, are they going to kill me during the encounter? The AI system is manufactured by OmniAlert, which creates detection technology for schools and other facilities. They might have to be just a little bit more careful with that.
Definitely.
But then what if it had been a gun?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but I suppose they'll be in trouble for that, don't you think?
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of AI, I saw a story on the news this morning, and this is off the top of my head, so I can't recall all the numbers, but Amazon is laying off thousands
Really?
of people, and this is due to AI. They found that a lot of what is happening in shipping and all the things that happen after you hit order now, a lot of those things can be done more efficiently without real people. And so consequently, they are getting rid of a lot of people. So there's another instance where AI, and we've read about it for what, now a couple of years, worried about AI taking people's jobs, and now it is happening. And I don't remember the number. It was a big number, like
It does explain
thousands.
why I ordered a can opener and I got a little black dress.
Perhaps it may, because we know that AI is not always right. I
No.
looked up something the other day. I Googled it, and of course, you always get an AI-generated response.
Oh, yeah.
And it could not have been more wrong. It wasn't about the right. I think I was Googling something at a certain school, and it gave me a school in a completely different state. So it's not always accurate, as evidenced by the chip bag looking like a gun. So I don't know, is how many jobs can AI really do better than humans? I got to tell you, driving through a drive-up and having an AI voice take my order, not impressed.
No.
I don't like it at all. I don't care if it's accurate. I don't
It's
care.
slow to me.
It's slow, and you know what? You've got a human being at the window anyway. Can that person just be a live voice on an intercom and take my order? It even makes me crazy when you drive through someplace and the first thing is, will you be using the app to blah, 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 and I'm like, oh, stop it. No. It just makes me angry every time. I just want a human being on the other end. When I call somebody, when I call a business, I want a human being to answer. I don't want to listen to 14 prompts to decide what button to push next or push multiple buttons to get where I'm going. Frustrating. Can we just use people?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But anyway, is this one of those places where we throw up our hands and say, meh, that's the way it's going?
That's the way it's going.
Well, anyway, I hope more businesses especially and companies will protect their employees from AI taking over.
Yeah.
I hope there's some loyalty between business companies and their employees that have supported them all these years. Amazon, they're so big, and it's in some of these bigger cities, they've got a lot of people working because there's a lot of people ordering.
Yep.
But you really did get a little black dress instead of a can opener?
No.
Oh. But do you know what? I've gotten some crazy things.
Oh, yeah.
I've gotten some things that they're not even close to what I ordered. But when you think of all the people ordering multiple, some people order something practically every day.
Oh, yeah.
And so anyway, AI, sadly, kind of taken over. Well, a little bit later in the show, we'll talk about something happy. A lost surfboard was found, and we'll tell you about its 18-month journey. And a service dog detects a 5-year-old has a low blood sugar reading and jumps in to save the day. So a couple of good news stories, because I think we could all use a few of those, right?
Oh, yeah.
We should talk about some postseason play, too. So I don't know if you've got the schedule in there.
I'll be looking at the schedule because I was gone yesterday and I didn't get the schedule up because I was gone.
Okay, all right. Well, anyway, I think it's good to talk about some postseason play. I think there's a couple of volleyball games tonight, so we'll tell you about that and more when we come back on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
This is Craig Olson. Join me every Saturday morning at 8 for the Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Football, basketball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, swimming, cross country. I interview area coaches to discuss the season, recap the last game, and preview upcoming games. Catch the live show at 8 on Saturday morning on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the live stream and archived shows at kbrfradio.com. Just click on Sports Streaming. The Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe.
The 4 letters that define winning. N-D-S-U.
Fires end zone, touchdown!
The 18th time national champs play here.
The dynasty has come back!
Join us this Saturday as the Bison welcome Youngstown State to the Fargo Dome. Our coverage begins at 1:30 on your home for Bison football. The Pioneer Seeds Bison Sports Network from Learfield.
Parents, tired of conversations that go nowhere?
How was your day?
Fun.
With conversation starters from parenting.org, you can turn fine into fun.
What was the funniest thing that happened today?
I was sitting next to Piper at lunch, and she had this, chicken fish patty thing.
Text CONVO to 51550 for weekly conversation starters, from silly to serious. And connect more with parenting.org from Boys Town.
Local farmers. Lake Cabin Meat and Deli Company in Fergus Falls currently has open slots and accepting animals. They take the hassle out of processing and butchering your livestock. From custom cuts to expert butchering, they handle it all with care and precision. Serving Fergus Falls of the Lakes area, they're proud to support local farmers like you. Call or visit Lake Cabin Meat and Deli Company today to schedule your meat processing. Lake Cabin Meat and Deli Company, where quality meets tradition on Highway 210 East.
They say that good things come in threes, and now Pivot Bio Proven G3 is proving it. The first proven product with 3 modes of action is now available to feed more nitrogen, boost nutrient uptake, and amplify yield potential. Proven G3 locks in at the roots to deliver steady nutrition when and where your corn needs it most. Lock in and learn more at pivotbio.com/ProvenG3.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Dickerman with a market update on the Red River Farm Network. Grain markets up across the board again today. Ag Resource President Dan Bosse said once again we're being led by soybeans.
Yeah, the soybean market is higher as rumors continue to filter through the trade. Short covering has been the feature. I can't find any Chinese demand in the cash market. And if you look at the futures market, open interest has gone down, suggesting that China's not buying futures. So the U.S. and China will do a framed contract, probably announced Wednesday evening between Trump and Xi. Big numbers going around. We're talking like a 3-year pack. Some are saying maybe as much as 30 to 50 million tons. But again, these are the frame contracts, so there's no, legal basis for this the Chinese to follow through. Nonetheless, the Trump administration wants to look like it's got the back of American farmers, and this is why the market's rallying here today.
Cattle markets once again sharply lower today.
Yeah, it's all related to the Trump administration once again in terms of will they allow Brazilian beef into the United States, and then at some point open the Mexican border for, of course, feeder cattle trade coming north. All of that's pressured the market, and you're seeing futures come under pressure. The feeder cattle market's down another $13 a hundredweight. Futures are coming along. Live cattle futures are coming along, and so weaker on the cash cattle market today, looking at $7 to $8 lower, at least an initial cash trade to start the week.
Ag Resource President Dan Bosse with a market update there. Looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average right now, it is up 252 points, 47,796. Reporting agriculture's business, this is the Red River Farm Network.
Hey, Dan, what's cooking?
Hey, Jim. What do you think of the selection?
Yeah, well, having a great selection is super important. It's how you stand out. You know, and you got to test and test some more to make sure you get it absolutely right. You know, and by broadly accessing the industry's latest genetics and traits, we only recommend the best seed for your fields. And with answer plot data, response to scores, and other inputs, we take a really helps maximize profitability.
Great. But I was talking about the burgers and dogs.
Oh, yeah, those too. Oh, good.
Talk to your local cropland retail seed expert.
Mustard?
Listen to the Drive Scene here on the Farm Network.
This is Craig Olson. Join me every Saturday morning at 8 for the Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Football, basketball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, swimming, cross country. I interview area coaches to discuss the season, recap the last game, and preview upcoming games. Catch the live show at 8 on Saturday morning on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the live stream and archived shows at KBRFradio.com. Just click on Sports Streaming. The Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe.
The 4 letters that define winning. N-D-S-U.
Fires end zone, touchdown!
The 18th time national champs play here.
The dynasty has come back!
Join us this Saturday as the Bison welcome Youngstown State to the Fargo Dome. Our coverage begins at 1:30 on your home for Bison football. The Pioneer Seeds Bison Sports Network from Learfield.
Parents, tired of conversations that go nowhere?
How was your day?
Fun.
With conversation starters from parenting.org, you can turn fine into fun.
What was the funniest thing that happened today?
I was sitting next to Piper at lunch, and she had this, chicken fish patty thing.
Text CONVO to 51550 for weekly conversation starters, from silly to serious. And connect more with parenting.org from Boys Town.
News Talk 1250 KBRF wants to honor our heroes who served and are serving our great country. It's the Veterans Day Salute presented by Fergus Monument Company, and we'd love for you to help us say thanks. Just head to the Fergus Now app or our Facebook page. Click the link and fill out the form to nominate your friend or family member who proudly served, or text the word VETS to 218-321-1926, and we'll send you the link so you can nominate your hero for the Veterans Day Salute with News Talk 1250 KBRF.
News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone. Today, seeing a little bit of rain, 49 for our high. 35 for tonight's low. We'll hit 50 for tomorrow's high. 33 for tomorrow night's low. 49 Thursday, 44 on a Friday. If you're heading out to Honor Stadium for that section title game, wow. 31 for our low. It's going to be cold. It's going to be rainy. It's going to be windy. It's going to be Halloween. It's going to be a good one. Right now, it is currently 46, a little bit of late rain. It's Morning Talk brought to you by Fergus Monument and by Pioneer Care.
I'm so happy we get to go into the Fargo Dome on Thursday. So no winter jacket required. It's exciting. Maybe I said this yesterday, but my grandson had been, he's been playing football since 9th grade, and since way before that, but on the high school team since 9th grade. And all they want to do is just get to the Fargo Dome. And he said it only took 38 games to get us to the Dome. So they were pretty excited about that. I've never seen that big a smile on that kid's face as when they won on Thursday or last Saturday. So we're looking forward to a game on Thursday, but it's a weird time. It's like 11:30 in the morning. And
11, I want to say.
Or 11. I don't know. It's morning anyway. So I won't be here on Thursday. Derek said that he would be happy to fill in. So
yeah, 10:30.
Oh, my. Oh, I think doors open at 10:30.
We've got our broadcast 10:15 pregame, 10:30 kickoff.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to check into that. I better. So I'm there on time. In fact, there was a post, I think, yesterday, and I'll have to dig it up, but it gave all when the doors opened, what you could and could not bring into the Fargo Dome. No bags, no backpacks, no purses, no, they wouldn't even allow face painting, which I thought was really weird. Now, what is face painting going to do? That's what kids in high school do when it comes to tournament time.
Yeah, but you can't identify people, though, if they get into shenanigans.
Oh, I don't know. Man, look at where we've come.
Yeah.
There is a moratorium on fun anymore. Anyway, I thought that was weird. Speaking of, when you go to, if I go to the volleyball game, which is at Kennedy tonight, can I just pay somebody money or give them my debit card? Or do I have to get my ticket online? Which I have not found to be super easy. I've done it. I mean, it's easy to get the ticket, but then you get there and you have to, and then they scan the code or whatever they do, and it took a long time, and it didn't come through, and there were issues, and I thought, can I just give you my $10 bill? Because then they charge you $1 for doing it online too.
Which is stupid. Can we just pay at the door? I mean, you can't tell me that every grandma and grandpa that comes there has a smartphone and a ticket on their phone. You just can't tell me that. So there must be a cashed way to get in somewhere. The cynical aspect to me is Minnesota State High School League wants to make darn sure they get all their money.
Well, anyway, that makes me angry too. I mean, can we just give me a ticket? I'll give you a 10. Deal done. It's so easy. I don't get it. But anyway, I guess there's people out there smarter than me. I don't know. Sometimes technology just makes it harder than it needs to be.
Yep.
And I suppose for the people taking the tickets, it's nice not to screw around with change and all that business. But you can't tell me that every person that comes to that game has a ticket on their phone.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know either. Because I suppose you don't have to pay to get in when you go. When you're covering the game.
I just wave.
You just wave. I'll try that tonight. Anyway.
Well, especially in Fergus, I know all of them. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they know
Okay,
if I show
so-
up, they know why I'm showing up.
Okay, so you talked about Fergus Otter football being played on Friday night.
Friday night.
And do you know their opponent at the top of your
Becker.
head? Becker. Oh, that will be a tough game, likely.
Yeah, they've already played Becker, and I forgot what the final score was, but it was a very close game.
Okay, all right. Well, they've had a good season. They're a tough team. Hillcrest takes on our nemesis, kind of. What's the? Oh, I can't. Now it's escaped me. It's the one that has like 8 towns included. Border West. There we go.
Yeah.
Border West. The team that everyone loves to dislike. Because when they come in, they've got like 66 kids on that team. I mean, it's ridiculous. They come from 8 different communities. I don't know. That just doesn't seem right to me.
Shouldn't they be in a league a class higher?
Well, because every one of these little communities is counted as enrollment. So if you come from a town of 250 people, like Browns Valley, then that's what you're counted for. They take a look at their enrollment. So yeah, it's kind of stinky. But anyway, and the hard thing is we've beat them once already this year, which was a huge win. And can you do it again? Yes, of course we can. But it's hard, you know?
It'll be
Anyway,
warm.
and the Hillcrest girls volleyball team takes on Belgrade Bruton El Rosa tonight at Kennedy.
BBE.
So, and I think the Lady Otters volleyball team is playing in Sauk Rapids, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not exactly sure
Otters
who they
at
play.
Sauk Rapids Rice at 6:45, 7 o'clock tip-off over on KJ Country. Or no, excuse me, that's on 96.5. BBE at Hillcrest, and volleyball tonight is on KJ Country, 96.5, 6:45 pregames, or 5:45 pregame,
6
o'clock
start. Okay. So they play Sauk Rapids, the Otters?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know if it was in Sauk Rapids or they played Sauk Rapids. Those poor parents and that poor team, I think they are in the St. Cloud area more than they're in Fergus Falls. So anyway, best of luck to all those teams playing tonight, and as we move forward Thursday and Friday for the football teams too. We want to wish all our local teams good luck in the postseason. Okay, what else we have for you today? So I was going to tell you about that service dog. A diabetic alert dog detected dangerously low blood sugar levels in a 5-year-old boy while separated by a school building and car windows. Aubrey Lewis was waiting in her car to pick up her son Wells from preschool just earlier this month when their English Cocker Spaniel Ducky suddenly began staring at her intently. Lewis checked her phone and discovered that Wells' blood sugar had dropped to 84, below the alert threshold of 85. He smelled through the closed car windows around the school building while Wells was inside the building with probably 75 other kids and teachers. Wow. Now that is a good dog. Lewis told People magazine all of this. The 2-year-old service dog then climbed onto the front seat and gave his trained alert by nose nudging. Wells was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in November of 23. The family raised $22,000 to purchase Ducky from nonprofit MD Dogs. Wow.
Yeah.
Probably worth $22,000. Just saved that little boy's life. And the fact that mom in the car recognized the sign, that's amazing.
But I get a kick out of how she brought up her phone and it was past the threshold, but the threshold didn't go off on her phone.
Well, it must have been, I don't know. So it was too far away for the alert to sound?
No, she said it
but
because it says on her phone it read 84 when the threshold was 85.
Right. So why didn't it
go off?
Yeah.
No, thankfully they got a dog.
Again, technology
Yep.
not always working as well as it should. Oh boy, is this you? Americans blow through half their paycheck in 2 days.
Well,
sometimes, do you ever get though?
Yeah, especially the first of the month because a ton of my bills go between the first and the fourth of the month.
Taken out, yeah. Anyway, and I always feel like payday or like, whew. oh, now I can do this, or now I can get this.
Nope.
And, yikes. Anyway, it says that Americans spend over 1/3 of their paycheck within 12 hours of receiving it.
Well, I mean, again, if you count bills, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because they probably come out on the 1st.
Come out on the 1st.
Yeah. Within 48 hours, nearly 50% of the average paycheck has already disappeared. Most early spending covers essentials like groceries and necessities, weekly bills, as you mentioned, or monthly bills, and major obligations, including housing or credit cards. This leaves just 52% for the remaining pay period, explaining why only 28% prioritize immediate savings. So
yeah, can't.
You gotta have. People always tell you gotta have an emergency fund, but it's hard to have an emergency fund when you don't have the money to put into that emergency fund.
Exactly.
People are really complaining. I mean, you see it on the news every single night about these SNAP benefits, and they're always interviewing people who are receiving SNAP benefits, and they're saying, I don't know how I'm going to buy food, and I don't know how I'm going to. And I know that there are many instances, and I support a program that supports people who really need it. But I also see a lot of people who don't go out and find jobs and sit back and just accept the help and then complain when they don't get it, because there are so many jobs out there. I mean, I don't know what you think about that, but sometimes I think, go get a job.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just feel like more people could have jobs if they wanted one than are going to find them. But anyway, so you were right on the government shutdown thing. You said end of the month.
I said at least the end of the month.
And you are right, because
it's the end of the month.
It's going to go on beyond that for sure. And now I saw today that this would be the first day that TSA agents and those guys up in the tower, the air traffic controllers, are going without a paycheck. And many more of them are starting to call in sick to prove a point. And, to some degree, I don't really blame them, but there were thousands of canceled and delayed flights over the last couple of days. And they expect now that people are actually not getting a paycheck, that will only increase. So that's a bummer, especially when I've got a flight scheduled here in the next week and a half.
My mom and sister have a flight coming up too, so it's like, we need to get this figured out, guys.
Right. And I mean, first world problem for me. I know that's so many people have it so much harder if they're not getting paychecks, because it is hard.
Yeah.
You don't, you and I have said many times we couldn't go without a paycheck. It'd be tough.
Yep.
Anyway. Okay, here's a happy story. A surfboard that disappeared off Tasmania in May of 2024 has been recovered in New Zealand after drifting 1,500 miles across the ocean. French expat Alvaro Bon discovered the barnacle-covered 7-foot-6 cream-colored board while seeking shelter at a harbor on New Zealand's North Island 2 weeks ago. The board had blown off the owner Liam's boat while still in its bag during rough conditions. After Bond posted photos on social media asking, "Wonder if the board could have drifted from East Australia." Hundreds joined the search for its owner. Liam was identified through friends, and he provided photos proving ownership. So he described the board as irreplaceable since its designer stopped making those surfboards. Arrangements are now underway for the board's return, and this board may have accumulated more ocean time and wisdom than all of us, he said. So 18-month ocean journey, and he gets his board back.
Wow.
Yeah. Boy, that's got to be almost unheard of, right?
Those things are spendy.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Let's see, I had another story, but I'm on the wrong page. Here we go. Researchers tracking people for 9.5 years discovered that those that sleep in the brightest bedrooms face a higher heart attack risk.
I believe it.
So some people sleep with the TV on. That's a light.
Can't.
You can't. I can't either. I refuse to have a TV in a bedroom. But a lot of people sleep with, a nightlight, or a lot of people are on their iPads and what have you. That's considered light.
Yep.
They say that it increases your heart attack risk by 42%.
Wow.
So turn the TV off, right?
Turn the TV off, get dark blinds.
Yeah, I'm about to travel with a sister-in-law that sleeps with her TV on.
Oh.
Yeah. And we did have a little come to Jesus meeting about that. Because I said, you need to sleep in a room all by yourself if you're going to do that with the door closed. Because that flashing light when the TV is on?
Oh, the flashing light.
Oh, that drives me absolutely.
For me, the thing I have an issue of, and I think it's because of what I do, is I have to listen. If they're talking, I automatically get caught into listening what they're saying.
Do you know what? I sort of chuckle every night when I'm reading. I think of you, and I think of you saying, when I put the book down, I start to kind of make up my own ending.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, now they're going to do this, or they're going to, and I find myself doing that, and then I
you
kind of
read
laugh.
the book, and you're like, no, I had it much cooler.
I had a much cooler ending. But I find myself doing that. I don't know if it's because you suggested it or if that's just what I do. But I did the very same thing it was about 3:30 this morning, and I couldn't sleep, of course, so I was reading. And I kept putting my Kindle down thinking, okay, this is it. I'm going to sleep. My eyes are heavy. And then I'd lay there and think, I bet they're going to do this, and then they're going to go.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, boy. Crazy. All right. This is scary. An American Academy of Sleep Medicine survey reveals that almost 50% of U.S. adults have driven while so drowsy it impaired their performance behind the wheel. They say that being really overtired is worse than being drunk.
I used to be really bad at this because I used to just burn it on both ends when I was younger. And I remember a buddy of mine, we were driving through the West Fargo parking lot, or the West Acres parking lot, and I fell asleep in the parking lot.
Oh,
driving.
my. Oh, my. Well, and you think, nope, I can do it. I can do it. Nope, I can. And then you move around and you do the, slap your face or whatever, open the window. But it is amazing how fast you can doze off.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, one blink that lasts a little too long and you're sleeping. Anyway, that they say that approximately 1 in 6 fatal crashes involves just that, a drowsy driver.
I believe it.
Drowsy driving is a serious health and safety risk, and like drunk driving, is completely avoidable. And now a lot of the technology in a lot of our vehicles has that. If you start to drift, there's a noise that goes off, or if you...
In our RAV, it's got, do you need to stop for a break?
Oh, really?
And it's, I don't know what it triggers it, but we were on our way to where to eat shoot, and all of a sudden it kept saying that, and I'm like, well, what am I doing? And Zach and Derek are like, I got no idea, because you seem to be doing okay. So it must be on timer.
I wonder, is it that, or, I don't know, is there some facial recognition in there, or I don't know how they do it.
Because we were just sitting there just chatting away, and all of a sudden he goes, do you need a break? And it's like, no.
Oh, yeah, but you wouldn't have been on the road for like hours and hours in that.
No.
I can see a timer after a couple of hours or something.
Yeah, but it was just, and then when I went down to Ricori to do a honor game, it did the same thing, and about the same interval of when it said it there, and then on the way back when it said it.
It must be on a timer.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And we'll wrap up with this. This is a good story. A squirrel named Chunkosaurus, Chunkosaurus rex, that is, has claimed victory in Texas Parks and Wildlife inaugural Fat Squirrel Week competition.
Oh, it's a takeoff.
I thought they all lived in my front yard.
I think it's a takeoff of the Fat Bear up in Alaska.
Yep, I think you're right. The contest, here it is. The contest, modeled after the annual Fat Bear Week, sought to identify the state's fattest squirrel through bracket-style voting on social media. Chunkosaurus rex from Dinosaur Valley State Park in Glen Rose defeated Chunk Norris
Chunk Norris
from Fort Richardson State Park in the final round. 2 other finalists, Nutella from Lake Mineral Wells State Park and Stanley, the Texas Tank from Claiborne State Park, were eliminated earlier in the contest. Chunkosaurus is a fan favorite at Dinosaur Valley State Park, moving surprisingly fast in the quest for acorns and campers' crumbs, Texas Park and Wildlife said on social media. The competition celebrated native rodents as they gain weight for their winter survival. Maybe that's what I'm doing. Just putting on weight for my winter survival. Yeah.
Could be.
All right. Well, that is going to wrap up a Tuesday. Thank you for joining us. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Monument Company. Have a great day.